First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
To throw now, Dart.
A short one there, caught by Likely. Fighting through, he's got space. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Let's go. Now Dart.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from Maples Drive.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
The Giants at 1-7 now in the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing, Dart. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Jason Sanders.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? As that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Now Purdy.
And this one is incomplete.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, have them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try a mount of scans before they're backed up even further.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Ends up forcing the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. A gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to it quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to put that 1st down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Dart going to look to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Dart going to give to Scatteroo. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing his Dart. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Niners are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll go on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Purdy. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra, that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Go ahead.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach.
Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
To the air, Dart.
Completes it to Austin. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
So that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Here's Dart. Austin is here and brings in another one. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. To throw once more. Here's Dart. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Looking to throw, Dart. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Jordan Stout.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here's Dart. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
32 yards. That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw, Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Heads up. Here we go.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking middle, and that's complete. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Final play of the half, Purdy. He's going to air one out. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
Good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Purdy now to throw.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Throwing here, Purdy.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards. Get set. First down.
Purdy looking to throw.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Now Purdy.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 6 yards away.
And the Niners have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
But the defense quick to read this. They bust in and drop him before he could take the shot downfield. Now third down and very long. Throwing, Dart. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Now Dart. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Down to a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Second and 10. To throw now, Dart. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun is Dart. That is caught. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Calvin Austin from 10 yards out. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
And the 49er first down.
Here's Purdy.
His back has been a dependable safety valve in all games, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10. up the gut, McCaffrey. Still going inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Mike Evans. His first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Giants 17. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in the tightrope.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Dart. That one taken in by Neighbors.
Touchdown, Giants!
Malik Neighbors
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Looking to throw again on second down. Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy from the gun on third down. He'll try and do this himself.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Tracy going to get it on first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
To throw is Dart. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. At the 60. At the 20.
A give, it's Scatteroo.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Cam Scatteroo, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 21. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. There he goes left side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown 49ers. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Next to score, Giants 31. 49ers 48.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. They can't tackle it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To the air, Dart. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Dart going to look to throw here.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
To throw, Dart.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here's Dart.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Now 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the
Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll run it here. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro.
From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
36-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And with a little more than a minute to go, we are on time. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never a doubt.
Here's 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
Throwing his dart.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Here's Dart.
He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing his dart.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds.
Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Now this thrown deep for Slayton.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime.
The Niners take over first down.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Here's McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Here's Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide.
And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Here we go, set. 18, pioneer.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Motion, motion, motion. Ready. 760.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart. And this is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Dragon 60.
Dart. He'll try and do this himself. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes 4th down.
70 Rick Cougar 19. 79 Broncos.
They'll go. Here's Dart. That's going to be caught. He tossed it. And he will have the conversion on 4th down. He's out of bounds as well to keep their hopes alive.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. Motion, motion, motion. Ready.
Throwing. Dart. He's going to air one out. And he is caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout.
First down.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Warriors 70. Ready. 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll throw again. Dart. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown.
It's not about having a rookie quarterback taking time to adjust to life in the NFL, because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. Cup 19. Cup 19.
They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they like to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Giants, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.